Hello and welcome to this BSI AI webinar, Complement ISO 42001, Integrate AI-specific considerations into other management frameworks. Today's webinar is presented by Vinja Kathuri, AI Client Manager in our AI Regulatory Services team. We welcome your questions and you can ask these throughout the webinar by using the question box in your control panel. There'll also be a Q&A session near the end of the webinar. So now for a brief overview of our presenter today. Vinja brings over 19 years of extensive experience in artificial intelligence and machine learning. Her expertise spans a diverse range of industries, including geographic information systems, banking and finance, Internet of Things, and the radio telecommunications sector. Vinja is deeply committed to her mission of fostering trust in AI by ensuring its ethical and responsible application across industries. In her role at BSI, she actively works to integrate AI best practices into broader organisational frameworks, helping businesses navigate the complexities of AI adoption while aligning with global standards. So a link with access to the recording and slides will come directly from GoToWebinar within the next 48 hours, so please look out for this email. I'd like to thank you for your participation, and I'll now hand over to Vinja to start the presentation. We hope you enjoy the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here today. I really appreciate your time, taking the time. So we are diving into a pretty interesting topic today, how to complement ISO 42001, the AI management system standard, with other standards to build a smarter and more connected framework for managing AI in organizations. So if you have ever wondered how to make these standards work together instead of feeling like separate puzzles, this session is for you. So the agenda here, here's what we will cover today. We'll kick off with where to start because honestly, that can sometimes be the hardest part. Then chat about some key objectives organizations should focus on when adopting AI management systems. After that, I'll walk through other relevant standards that naturally align with ISO 42001, and we'll highlight some of the big ticket aspects for smooth integration. And I'll also spend some time talking about how ISO 42001 pairs beautifully with ISO 27001 for information security, which is super important in any AI-driven environment. We'll also look at some case studies that bring this all to life, and of course, wrap it up with a Q&A where you can ask any questions my way. By the end, my goal is for you to feel like you have got a solid game plan on how to bring all these moving parts together and get the best out of your AI management system. So, yeah, let's dive right in. So where do we start? This is the most typical question that I get from various clients when I go on auditing. The challenge is adopting and integrating AI can feel overwhelming. You're likely asking questions like, where do we even start? How do we incorporate AI into established governance, compliance, and risk management structures? And what frameworks or best practices should we follow to ensure a smooth and strategic adoption? These are very valid and critical questions because the adoption of AI doesn't happen in a vacuum. It touches every department and function in your organizations, from IT to operations, finance, and even customer engagement. Without a structured approach, AI projects can become siloed, inconsistent, and potentially risky. So the key consideration here is to start with leveraging on existing frameworks. So the first step is, as I mentioned, adopting AI successfully is to look at your existing management frameworks. And these frameworks have already been developed to ensure consistent decision-making, risk mitigation, and operational efficiency. So instead of starting from scratch, build on what you already have. You can adapt these existing structures to include AI-specific considerations. So how do we tailor these frameworks to include AI-specific risks and opportunities? As organizations integrate AI, it's essential to recognize and manage the unique risks it presents. AI can introduce bias in decision making and lack interpretability, making risk identification and mitigation crucial. Businesses must embed AI specific risks into their existing enterprise risk management frameworks to ensure responsible deployment. And another key area is data governance. AI is only as good as the data it learns from. So, ensuring high quality, unbiased, and well protected data is essential for reliable AI performance. This means strengthening data validation, monitoring, and security to maintain integrity. Finally, policy and compliance alignment is critical. Organizations need to update policies to reflect AI governance needs, ensuring compliance with industry regulations and ethical AI standards. By integrating AI risk management, data governance, and compliance into existing frameworks, businesses can leverage AI effectively while maintaining trust and accountability. So, how do we ensure consistency across departments? One of the biggest challenges in AI adoption is ensuring that different departments are aligned. And without alignment, you actually risk duplicating efforts by introducing conflicting AI models or making decisions based on inconsistent data. Some best practices to foster consistency could be to develop a centralized AI adoption strategy that outlines goals, responsibilities, and KPIs for all departments. And to equip teams with knowledge and skills they need to work with AI. This includes both technical training for developers and awareness training for business users. We could also try a common AI development pipeline and deployment process to ensure that all teams follow the same best practices. And have a think about centralized data infrastructure that can help different departments to access and share data securely. Now let's take a look at the objectives of integration. All right, let's start with one of the foundational points, consistency and reliability. AI systems rely on data and algorithms. If they don't function consistently, the output becomes very unreliable, and that's a major problem when making business critical decisions. This is where standards like ISO 9001 come into play. They emphasize consistency in processes and outputs. So, by applying these principles to AI, we can ensure that AI driven decisions meet predefined quality benchmarks and deliver the reliable results we need. The real benefit here is a unified system that keeps AI operations aligned with organizational goals while delivering predictable, consistent results. Enhancing compliance with regulations. Compliance, something that's become even more critical with the rise of AI. Governments and industry bodies are introducing stricter regulations to govern AI applications. Think GDPR or the EU AI Act. As AI adoption increases, organizations face greater scrutiny around data privacy, security, and accountability. So here's where standards like ISO IEC 27701, which is for privacy information management, come in. They help ensure that AI implementations meet data privacy and security regulations, reducing the risk of penalties and reputational damage. So, what's the takeaway here? When you integrate AI with these standards, you stay ahead of the compliance curve and protect your organization's reputation. Promoting ethical AI usage. Let's move on to the hottest topics in AI right now, ethics. So, we have all heard concerns about AI bias, lack of transparency, and accountability. These are real challenges that can undermine trust in AI systems. By leveraging standards that promote ethical AI usage, organizations can implement checks and balances to ensure AI systems can operate fairly and transparently. And that's huge because it builds trust among your customers, employees, and stakeholders. Streamlining operational efficiency. That's next up is about operational efficiency. This is one of the main reasons many organizations adopt AI in the first place. AI has incredible potential to optimize processes, reduce waste, and improve decision making. But here's a catch. If it's not aligned with proper standards like ISO 14001 for environmental management, these benefits can become uncoordinated or even counterproductive. So, by integrating AI with these standards, organizations can unlock AI's full efficiency potential while staying aligned with environmental and operational goals. The next one, let's face it, AI introduces new risks. So, we are talking about things like algorithmic errors, cyber attacks, and compliance failures. That's why it's critical to have robust frameworks for identifying, assessing, and mitigating these risks. Standards like ISO IEC 27001 for information security and ISO 31000 for risk management provide exactly that. So by integrating AI with these standards, organizations can proactively manage AI risks, stay secure, and avoid costly surprises down the road. Supporting scalability and interoperability. As organizations adopt AI, scalability becomes a big challenge. You need AI systems that can grow with your business and integrate seamlessly with your existing processes. By aligning AI with management system standards, you ensure interoperability across departments and systems. This not only supports smooth scaling but also makes it easier to adopt to new requirements as the standards evolve. Another key consideration is stakeholder confidence. Clients, customers, and regulators are becoming increasingly concerned about how AI is being used. Is it ethical? Is it compliant? Or is it secure? When you demonstrate compliance with established standards, you reassure stakeholders that AI is being implemented responsibly and effectively. And that's a competitive advantage you can't afford to ignore. Now let's talk about continual improvement. Both AI and management system standards emphasize iterative improvement. By integrating AI with standards like ISO 9001, organizations can use AI's predictive analytics to identify improvement opportunities in real time. This creates a feedback loop for innovation where AI helps you get better and more efficient over time. Here's a big one for organizations that operate internationally, supporting global recognition and competitiveness. Compliance with ISO standards is often a prerequisite for doing business globally. So, when you integrate AI with recognized standards, you position your organization as a global leader in innovation. That makes you more competitive in the market and opens up new business opportunities. Finally, let's talk about collaboration. Fostering cross functional collaboration. One of the biggest pitfalls in AI adoption is implementing it in silos. When departments work independently on AI initiatives, it leads to inefficiencies and conflicting outcomes. By integrating AI with management standards, you encourage collaboration across functions, from quality and IT to environment and security. This fosters a unified approach to achieving organizational goals. So, just to wrap up on objectives of integration, integrating AI with established management system standards is not just a best practice, It's actually a strategic necessity. It ensures that AI technologies are implemented responsibly, delivering maximum value while aligning with global regulations, ethical principles, and operational goals. By doing this, organizations position themselves to innovate confidently, maintain stakeholder trust, and achieve long term sustainability. I'll now pass on to Natalie for your poll question. Natalie?
Perfect. Thank you, Vinja. That's wonderful. All right, let's move on to our first poll. So as you can see, that's up on the screen. So the question is, which quality management system or QMS have you already implemented and certified within your organization? So we've got ISO 901, ISO 27001, ISO 27701, ISO 13485, or other. So just give you a few moments there. So which quality management systems have you already implemented and certified within your organization? So ISO 901, ISO 27001, ISO 27701, ISO 13485, or other. Okay, I think most people have voted now. And yes, I'll just read those results out. So we have 10% have said ISO 901, 17% have said ISO 27001. No one has voted for ISO 27701. And we have a clear winner with 70% with ISO 13485, and just 3% have said other. That's great. All right, back to you, Vinja, please.
Thank you, Natalie. So let's move on to the relevant management standard and key aspects of 42001. So ISO 42001 helps organizations stay on track by putting the right processes in place to identify, manage, and treat AI risks effectively. A key question every organization needs to ask is, how should AI be used and developed responsibly within our ecosystem? Managing AI risks isn't just about reacting to problems. It's about proactively identifying and addressing potential threats before they become real issues. The AI landscape is evolving fast, and the big question is, are we ready for the risks tomorrow? Staying ahead means continuously improving our approach to AI governance. So, there is an integration guidance as in ISO 42001 Annex D. I'm not sure how many of you have had the chance to look at ISO 42001 standard, or if your organization has really adopted it. But one section that I really want to highlight today is Annex D. This provides guidance on integrating AI governance into your existing management systems. Now, why is this important? Many organizations already follow standards like ISO 9001 for quality, ISO IEC 27001 for security, or ISO 31000 for risk management. Instead of creating a separate framework for AI governance, Annex D helps organizations align AI with these existing systems that really helps making the transition smoother and more efficient. So let's break it down. What does Annex D cover? It covers risk management alignment because AI introduces new unique risks, bias, security vulnerabilities, and compliance challenges. Annex D guides organizations to embed AI risks within their existing risk management strategies, ensuring AI is managed proactively rather than reactively. And security and privacy compliance is something Annex D covers. AI heavily depends on data, making security and privacy a major concern. Annex D helps organizations integrate AI governance with security, which is ISO 27001, and privacy, which is ISO 27701 frameworks, reducing risks like unauthorized access and regulatory non-compliance. Process and quality standardization is something which is covered here, where organizations using ISO 9001 for quality management can integrate AI-driven processes within their existing quality assurance frameworks, which ensures consistent, reliable, and unbiased AI outputs. Cross-department collaboration is something which is very important. AI shouldn't be an IT-only initiative. Annex T encourages cross-functional collaboration between IT, compliance, risk, and business teams, ensuring AI solutions align with both operational goals and regulatory requirements. And continuous improvement and monitoring. So, AI is not a set and forget technology. Annex T provides guidance on embedding AI performance monitoring and continuous improvement within existing governance structures. So, why this matters? At the end of the day, AI governance doesn't need to be built from scratch. If your organization already follows global standards, Annex T provides a clear roadmap to integrate AI seamlessly within these existing frameworks. This approach ensures consistency, regulatory compliance, risk mitigation, and long term scalability, all while reducing operational friction. So, if you're working on AI governance, I highly recommend looking into Annex D of ISO 42001. It's actually a very great resource for making AI integration smoother and more aligned with business objectives. Now, let's have a look at the key aspects of ISO 42001. If you have had a chance to look at ISO 42001, you'll know that this standard is all about bringing structure, security, and accountability to AI systems. And one of the most important aspects of this standard is ensuring that AI is not just powerful, but also safe, ethical, and reliable. AI systems rely on vast amounts of data and complex models, which makes them prime targets for cyber threats and data breaches. And just like any other critical technology, AI needs robust security measures in place to protect against hacking, data leaks, and malicious attacks. So ISO 42001 provides essential guidance on securing AI systems, ensuring they can withstand cyber threats and remain resilient in an increasingly digital world. Beyond security, another key concern is safety, especially as AI becomes more embedded in high stakes environments like autonomous vehicles, healthcare, and industrial automation. The risks of unintended consequences are real, and this standard ensures that AI systems are thoroughly tested and monitored so they don't introduce harm to people, property, or environment. Now, we can't talk about AI without addressing fairness. We have seen how bias can creep into AI systems, influencing everything from hiring decisions to loan approvals. So ISO 42001 takes a firm stance on ensuring AI systems are monitored, tested, and adjusted to promote fairness and prevent discrimination. Because at the end of the day, an AI system that reinforces bias isn't just ineffective, but it's also dangerous and unethical. Of course, AI comes with its own risks, ones that traditional IT security frameworks don't always cover. Threats like data poisoning, adversarial effects, attacks, and model inversion are serious concerns that can compromise AI performance and security. So, ISO 42001 outlines clear strategies for identifying, assessing, and mitigating these risks, making AI systems more resilient against emerging threats. Ethical AI is another major focus of this standard. AI isn't just about what it can do, it's about what it should do. This means ensuring AI is developed responsibly, aligned with societal values, and operates transparently. It's about creating systems that are not just intelligent, but also accountable. So one of the most valuable aspects of ISO 42001 is its life cycle approach to security. It doesn't just address AI when it's deployed. It considers security and risk at every stage from design and development to deployment, operation, and even decommissioning. This ensures that AI remains trustworthy and well governed throughout its entire existence. A common concern with AI is that it often feels like a black box. Decisions are made, but no one really understands how or why. This lack of transparency can actually lead to distrust and regulatory challenges. ISO 42001 promotes clear documentation and explainability, ensuring that AI systems can justify their decisions to stakeholders, regulators, and end users. And finally, data quality, which is the foundation of any reliable AI system. If the data used to train an AI model is incomplete, biased, or low quality, the AI itself will be flawed. So ISO 42001 emphasizes high quality, well governed data, ensuring that AI remains accurate, reliable, and consistently performing as expected. At the end of the day, ISO 42001 is more than just a compliance standard. It's a roadmap for organizations that want to integrate AI in a way that is secure, ethical, and aligned with business goals. Because AI is not just about capabilities, it's about responsibility. And as we continue to push the boundaries of what AI can do, it's these standards that will help ensure that AI remains a force for good. Now let's look at ISO 27001 and ISO 42001 integration. One of the biggest advantages for organizations looking to implement AI responsibly is that ISO 42001 and ISO 27001 are not separate or competing frameworks. They actually complement each other. This means organizations don't have to start from the scratch when adopting AI specific governance. Instead, they can build on their existing ISO 27001 framework and integrate AI considerations seamlessly. So, since these standards share a harmonized structure, organizations that already follow ISO 27001 for information security management can actually enhance their existing processes by incorporating AI governance through ISO 42001. And it doesn't stop there. ISO 42001 also aligns with the privacy management standards, which is ISO 27701 and ISO 9001, making it an incredibly versatile framework that organizations can leverage to ensure the safe, secure, and responsible development of AI technologies. Now, despite focusing on different areas, ISO 27001 on information security and ISO 42001 on AI management, these two standards actually have a lot in common, which makes integration even easier. Firstly, both standards follow a risk management approach, meaning they focus on identifying, assessing, and mitigating risks, whether those risks are related to data breaches in ISO 27001 or AI specific risks like model bias or adversarial attacks in ISO 42001. Second, they both emphasize lifecycle security. ISO 27001 applies security across the information lifecycle, while ISO 42001 extends this concept to the entire AI lifecycle, from design and development to deployment, operation, and decommissioning. Another key similarity is continuous improvement. Both standards follow the Plan, Do, Check, Act cycle, which is PDCA, ensuring that organizations continuously monitor, review, and refine their security and AI management systems. Leadership commitment is also critical. Both ISO 27001 and ISO 42001 require strong governance structures, ensuring that AI and information security aren't just IT concerns, but organizational priorities that are embedded into the company's culture. And finally, both standards are globally recognized and adaptable, meaning they can be applied across different industries, sectors, and organizational sizes. Whether you're a tech company, a financial institution, or a healthcare provider, these standards provide a structured approach to managing both AI and information security risks. So, why should organizations integrate ISO 42001 and ISO 27001 rather than treating them as separate initiatives? Well, there are several key benefits to that. First, integration leads to comprehensive risk management. By adapting both standards, organizations ensure that they're not just protecting traditional IT systems, but also addressing AI specific risks, creating a holistic security approach. It also enables unified governance. So instead of having separate disconnected security frameworks, organizations can align AI security and information security under a single cohesive strategy. And another big advantage is efficiency and consistency. A combined approach reduces redundancy, streamlining policies, procedures, and controls across organizations. So security isn't being managed in silos. Perhaps most importantly, adopting both standards enhances trust and compliance. Organizations that integrate AI governance with established security frameworks demonstrate a serious commitment to ethical AI, regulatory compliance, and risk management. This can strengthen relationships with customers, regulators, and business partners, all of whom are increasingly concerned about how AI is being used. And lastly, future proofing security. AI technology is evolving rapidly, and so are the threats associated with it. By integrating ISO 42001 and ISO 27001, organizations create a security management program that adapts to emerging risks rather than playing catch up. At its core, integrating these two standards means aligning the AI specific controls of ISO 42001 with the information security controls of ISO 27001, ensuring that AI is not just developed and deployed responsibly, but that it also operates securely within the broader IT infrastructure. This unified approach reinforces ethical practices, strengthens risk management, and ensures AI systems are secure, trustworthy, and aligned with business objectives. By bringing these frameworks together, organizations are not just uh, adopting best practices, they're building a future ready foundation of AI governance, security, and trust. And that's the direction we need to move in if we want AI to truly drive innovation while remaining responsible and secure. So, when we talk about the benefits of integrating these standards, it really comes down to a few key things: stronger risk management, seamless governance, improved efficiency, greater trust and compliance, and most importantly, future proofing our security in an evolving AI landscape. Now, let's look at some case studies. Let's take a real world example. A manufacturing company that produces precision automotive parts. To maintain high quality standards, they decide to implement an AI powered quality inspection using system which uses computer vision to detect defects on production line. So now, how does ISO 42001 fit into this? Customer focused objectives, which is part of ISO 9001. So the company's goal here is to deliver defect free products to its customers. And AI helps achieve this by improving accuracy and reducing errors in quality control. So AI development and deployment, which is part of ISO 42001. With AI in the mix, ISO 42001 ensures that the system is developed responsibly with considerations for data quality, fairness, and security. The risk management. AI introduces new risks like bias in defect detection or system failures. So ISO 42001 provides a framework to identify, assess, and mitigate these risks effectively. And process integration. So the AI system doesn't operate in isolation. It needs to be integrated seamlessly into existing quality control processes to ensure a smooth collaboration between AI and human inspectors. And both ISO 9001 and ISO 42001 emphasize ongoing monitoring and optimization, meaning the AI model is continuously refined to improve accuracy and adapt to new production challenges. And documentation and compliance, from an audit and compliance perspective, having structured documentation ensures the AI system meets regulatory and industry standards, enhancing trust and transparency. So by aligning ISO 42001 with ISO 9001, this company not only enhances quality but also ensures AI is implemented in a way that is secure, fair, and continuously improving. Now let's look at another use case, this time in medical field. From the poll, I can see that many attendees have chosen this standard that's been implemented in their organization. So here, a company develops a medical imaging device designed to detect anomalies, ensuring compliance with ISO 13485 for medical device quality management. Now, how does ISO 42001 enhance this process? By incorporating AI models for automated image analysis, can significantly improve anomaly detection by analyzing medical images with greater speed and accuracy. But with AI in a medical device, we need structured governance to ensure reliability and safety. So, document the AI's training process, dataset sources, and potential biases. Transparency is critical in healthcare AI. So, ISO 42001 emphasizes proper documentation, how the AI was trained, where the data came from, and whether any biases could affect results. This is essential for regulatory approval and ethical AI use. And implement continuous monitoring for AI's performance in diverse populations. AI models can perform differently across demographics. To ensure fairness and accuracy, ISO 42001 encourages ongoing monitoring, helping refine the model so it works effectively for all patient groups. By integrating ISO 42001 with ISO 13485, the company not only ensures compliance but also builds a trustworthy AI-powered medical device that is safe, reliable, and aligned with ethical standards. So once the framework is in place, the next optional step for many organizations is to look into pre-certification. So pre-certification allows them to get ahead of any compliance requirements, identify gaps early on, and ensure they meet industry standards before the actual audit or certification process begins. So it aligns perfectly with the objectives of management systems, mitigating risks, enhancing processes, and providing a smoother, more predictable path to full certification. Yeah, now I pass on to Natalie for the next poll question.
Perfect. Thanks, Vinja. Okay, so Do you believe your organisation is prepared to initiate an assessment for evaluating the readiness to integrate ISO 42001? So the options here are yes, we are ready to start an assessment. We might be ready but need more information, or no, we are not ready yet. Okay, so I'll read that again. Do you believe your organisation is prepared to initiate an assessment for evaluating the readiness to integrate ISO 42001? So yes, we are ready to start an assessment, or we might be ready but need more information, or no, we are not ready yet. Okay, I think looks like most people have voted there. So results are, we have 4% who have said yes, we are ready to start an assessment. 21% have said we might be ready but need more information, and 75% have said no, we are not ready yet. So interesting set of results there. All right, back to you, Vinja, please. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's move on to any Q&A session. So Natalie, would you like to?
Back to me, yeah. Okay, no worries at all. No, that's wonderful. Thanks ever so much for that presentation. It's really insightful. They're good to see some real live case studies as well, which is always good. So appreciate that. Thank you, Vinja. All right, okay. Let's have a little look. We've got a few questions come in. All right, so first question that I've got here, please. So what potential overlaps or conflicts could be between ISO 42001 and our current QMS systems, and how can we address them, please, Vinja?
Yeah, sure, Natalie. So basically, ISO 42001 is as I've mentioned, is a standard for AI management system. And if you're integrating it with an existing quality management system such as 9001, there are some potential overlaps and conflicts you may expect. So the main overlap would be risk management, because both standards emphasize risk-based thinking. However, AI-specific risks are like bias, transparency, and explainability may not be fully addressed in traditional QMS frameworks. So in that scenarios, what you could do is expand risk management process to include AI related factors. And another important overlap that could be is on continuous improvement, because both standards, both frameworks require ongoing monitoring and improvement. So AI systems can introduce some dynamic learning, which may require additional quality controls. So if you are able to modify your plan, do, check, act cycle to accommodate AI's iterative learning, that would be helpful in that case. And another important overlap would be data management and traceability, because what you could do here is enhance existing documentation and version control to also track AI model changes. So, and some explainability logs would also help in that case. So the main if you come to conflicts and resolutions, the main conflict would be in algorithmic decision making versus human oversight. So ISO 9001 promotes human-driven quality checks, while ISO 42001 includes AI automation. So when you're planning to integrate these two standards, define clear accountability structures where AI is used, and ensuring human validation in critical decision points. So that's how you can actually integrate it seamlessly. And QMS systems may lack AI specific ethical guidelines. So what's a solution for that would be like establish governance frameworks that align AI ethics with QMS compliance process. And the main conflict would be with the training and competence. So by implementing AI specific training programs within QMS competence frameworks may help for a seamless integration. Yes.
Okay,
That's from
brilliant.
Natalie.
That's great. Thank you, Vinja. That's a really detailed answer there. Perfect. Thank you ever so much. All right. Okay, we've had one or two more come through. Okay, so the next question, please. So what could some challenges we could face in complementing 42001 with other existing QMS systems, please?
Sure, Natalie. So some of the points that I have explained in during the webinar covered quite some points there, but I would re-emphasize. So QMS basically focuses on product and service quality, while ISO 42001 emphasizes AI lifecycle governance, ethical AI, and risk mitigation. So existing QMS frameworks in your organization may lack processes to address AI specific risks such as bias, transparency, and explainability. So if you are able to expand risk assessment methodologies in QMS to include AI specific risks, that would solve the problem, that would solve the misalignment between AI governance and traditional QMS, and create a joint governance framework that integrates AI ethics with quality objectives. So that's one more work to do item in order to complement the two standards. And QMS basically assigns clear responsibilities for quality management, but AI models evolve dynamically. So it makes it harder to determine accountability for AI driven decisions. So ambiguities over human side versus AI-driven automation can also lead to compliance gaps. So for that, if we actually try establishing AI governance rules within the QMS structure, that could solve a problem. And if we are able to clearly define the human in the loop and human on the loop process for AI oversight, that's one solution we can think of. And the other main challenge here is AI systems often operate as black box, which conflicts with QMS traceability and root cause analysis requirements. And ensuring AI generated decisions are auditable is also one complex thing when you try to integrate and complement the standards. So something that I could think of is aligning AI traceability with QMS non-conformance and corrective action tracking could be one solution for this, and implementing explainable AI techniques and requiring detailed documentation of AI models and training datasets could also help in this scenario. And one more key challenge is QMS standards do not explicitly address AI ethics, bias mitigation, or legal implications like GDPR or EU Act. And some AI applications also could introduce risks that QMS systems are not designed to handle. So for that, it would be very helpful if you can maintain a compliance matrix mapping AI risks to industry regulations, and also by incorporating AI specific ethical risk assessments into QMS audits. So, yeah, and by adopting change management and continuous improvement as AI systems evolve continuously, because QMS change management may not be structured to accommodate dynamic AI updates. So, trying to introduce all AI specific change control procedures in QMS, and there are like many other challenges like data integrity and quality issues. So trying to include all the AI specific change control procedures, AI specific risks into QMS would solve most of the problems. Yeah, back to Natalie.
Brilliant. That's a really detailed answer there. Thank you, Vinja. All right. Okay. I think let's just have a little look. Got a few more that have come through. So, which internal teams or departments should be involved in the process to ensure a smooth implementation, please?
That's a wonderful question, Natalie, because I get this question from a lot of the clients also when I go on for audits. So one thing that I would say is the role of QMS team is very important. So to ensure compliance within existing quality standards like 9001 or 27001 and integrate AI specific quality requirements there. So that team is very important to map AI governance to QMS process and to update risk management frameworks also to include AI risks and align AI validation and with corrective action or preventive actions processes. So that's one important team. And then AI and data science team, and their role would be to provide technical expertise on AI models, risks, and lifecycle management. So they can ensure AI outputs align with quality and ethical standards. So the other team that's very important is IT and information security to manage AI-related cybersecurity, data protection, and compliance with 27001 and AI risk management framework. So this team also can help ensure AI aligns with cybersecurity and data governance policies, and also strengthen AI-related access controls and security measures. Compliance and legal team is something that I can think of to ensure AI compliance with regulations like GDPR, EU AI Act, and ethical AI principles. So that team can help develop AI specific policies for accountability and human oversight, and also help align AI governance with existing regulatory frameworks. And obviously the risk management and internal audit team and the operation and process owners, training and HR, senior leadership, and especially an AI ethics committee team to set strategic direction, oversee governance, and drive accountability. So basically the next step for any organization when they're thinking of integrating the standards would be conduct a stakeholder mapping session to define the roles and responsibilities, and establishing a cross-functional AI governance committee that would be of great help, and developing a communication plan to align teams so a smooth implementation is ensured. uh, Hope that helps. Natalie, back to you.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Like, yeah, a lot of key departments involved there, isn't there? A lot of teams. Okay, all right. Yeah, we've still got time, so let's go on to the next one. How can we use existing expertise within the organisation to support the process of the implementation of 42001, please?
So the existing QMS team would have strong knowledge of ISO standards, risk management, and continuous improvement, which is the PDSA cycle and compliance auditing. So how we can leverage it with to map ISO 42001 requirements um, is like we can use their experience in internal audits to create AI specific audit checklists, and as I mentioned before, extend the corrective and preventive actions process to AI risks. And we could also, they can also help ensure secure AI development deployment by integrating it into existing cybersecurity and data governance frameworks, and apply incident response protocols to AI related failures and attack, and use their expertise in IT risk assessments to evaluate AI security vulnerabilities. Um, and we could also leverage data science and AI experts for model risk management, um, for help QMS and compliance team understand AI risks better, and to help the team to establish AI performance map monitoring systems to ensure ongoing compliance. And the compliance and legal team is something which we could use existing expertise, their experience with GDPR, AI Act, and industry specific regulations. So that team can help us map AI risks to legal requirements and regulatory compliance obligations, and conduct legal risk assessments for AI driven decision making. Similarly, we could involve operations and business process owners, and by training and upskill teams through HR and learning department, and involving senior leadership and AI governance committee for strategic alignment to set up a corporate strategy, manage risk, and ensure alignment with company values. Yep.
Okay,
Natalie, over
brilliant.
to you.
Thank you, Vinja. All right. Okay, just conscious of the time now, so I'll probably make this the last question. Okay, so
Sure.
so let's have a look. Yeah, this one. Okay, what are some of the measurable benefits we expect from integrating ISO 42001 with our current standards, please?
Yeah. Sure. As I've explained in the webinar a couple of slides before, so it's the main benefit would be improved identification, assessment, and mitigation of AI-related risks like bias, security, and ethical concerns. So the measurement metrics that you could think of is reduction in AI-related complaints incidents like GDPR or AI Act violations, and number of AI risk assessments and mitigation actions implemented. And there will be an improved AI transparency and explainability instead of by reducing typical black box risks, and number of stakeholder requests for AI decision explanations are fulfilled, and there will be a strengthened data governance and security. So the main benefit would be improved control over AI data handling, access management, and protection against security threats, uh, and increased operational efficiency and AI performance to have more reliable AI systems, reducing downtime and improving automation accuracy. And better AI lifecycle management is something I can think of by continuous improvement, and improved reputation and trust with customers, regulators, and partners. And there is a cost reduction and resource optimization with AI-driven automation, reduces errors, rework, and operational inefficiencies. Yeah, so in order to have a seamless integration, really set baseline measurements before ISO 42001 implementation, and establish some automated monitoring dashboards to track AI governance progress, and define KPIs aligned with business goals. Yeah, Natalie, over to you.
Brilliant. Thanks ever so much, Vinja. Unfortunately, we're out of time. So those few, I think we have one or two questions we haven't been able to get around to, so we'll try our very best to email the answers to those recipients there. So appreciate everyone's time and effort to put forward those questions. So great. Thank you ever so much, Vinja, for your wonderful presentation. It's been really insightful and really informative. So thank you very much for that. And thank you everyone also for attending today's webinar. So once you leave the webinar, you'll receive a short survey on your experience today, and we'd be really grateful if you could just take a few minutes to complete this with your feedback. Okay, and then also in the survey, you have the opportunity, if you want to let us know if you'd like to be contacted by one of our team. So you have the option there just to let us know on that survey. So you'll also receive a follow-up email within the next 48 hours with a link to view the recording of this webinar and also the slides. And we'll also send you links to the previous 2 webinars we've done on this series as well. And the recording will also be available on our BSI AI Regulatory Services LinkedIn page. So please look out for that. So yes, on behalf of BSI, thank you for joining us today and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.